Buenos, días, meine lieben Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Danganronpa. Im letzten Part wurde Chihiro getötet. Nachdem sie die ganze Zeit gesagt hat, dass sie stärker werden will, hing sie in der Mädchenumkleide. Gut, die Musik ist richtig am Ausrasten. Ich würde sagen, wir schnacken gar nicht lang rum, sondern starten direkt. I tried to suppress my screams, but it was useless. My screaming. It surged out of me like water from a spring, gushing out of the ground. Yakuya, on the other hand, ist halt Yakuya, ne?
Very strange.
Most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm. Almost like he was watching this all unfold in front of a TV screen. Ey, wisst ihr, wenn ich so in meiner eigenen Welt bin, fühle ich mich auch richtig oft so, als wäre ich so, dann juckt mich irgendwie gar nichts um mich rum so. Und ich habe auch keinen Bock, dass Leute mich anlaufen, weil die holen mich dann aus dieser Welt raus, wisst ihr?
I see.
Oh, die Leiche sieht so schlimm aus, vor allem im Anime. Ich habe den Anime nicht geguckt, ich habe nur ein paar Folgen geguckt, aber im Anime konntest du halt sogar sehen, irgendwie so wie ihre Augen so richtig weit offen waren. Look, Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow. And something's been written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust? Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity.
Interesting.
It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was still really too confused to understand what he was trying to say. Wisst ihr, warum ich lache? Wir sind da so am Schreien, so, Alter, nein! Die Hero ist tot, nein! Und der Typ steht da so, das ist sehr interessant. Guck mal, der Körper wurde aufgehangen und da steht das Wort Blutlust in Blut geschrieben. Das ist ziemlich krank, oder? Ich glaube, die Person, die das getan hat, hat das auch Spaß gemacht. Und wir so, Alter, Hiro ist tot, Hilfe! And before I could even begin to clear my head. Hey, I heard screaming! Did something... Ja, die schreit einfach. Chihiro! Sehr geehrte Fahrgäste, wir erreichen soeben die Despair Station. Sorry, das klang gerade nur wie so eine Bimmel von der Bahn.
Been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Geil, Alter, ich kann mir noch einen Jackson vor dem Class Trial, das finde ich super, Monokuma. What the hell was that?
What?
Ah, that's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka's, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the Body Discovery Announcement. Jetzt geht's los, Leute, ich muss gleich Kritik üben. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement plays to let everyone know. I imagine it's so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? Okay, wir gehen gleich auf Taka ein. Ne, wir gehen jetzt auf Taka ein. The Body Discovery Announcement? Then Chihiro really is? Dead, yes. Or you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. So, jetzt hat sich das Spiel auch ein bisschen beruhigt. Die Musik ist auch nicht mehr so am Ausrasten wie gerade eben. Ich habe aber keinen Bock jetzt zu reden mit dem Schwarzbild vor mir, deswegen machen wir noch ein bisschen weiter. Aber ich muss unbedingt was sagen. Taka bolted out of the locker room. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as if no time at all passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn.
Ich muss was erzählen. Folgendes. Ich check nicht, wie das in Chapter 1 genau passiert ist. Passt auf, Leute. Anscheinend gibt es... Pass auf, es geht jetzt ein bisschen um Chapter 1, ne? Anscheinend, die Leute, die die hier wohnen in dieser Schule, gucken ja nicht auf die Namensplatten, wenn die wohin gehen, ne? Sondern die wissen anscheinend, oder die gucken aufs Handbuch, wer ist jetzt welche Tür. Das ist natürlich sehr dumm, deshalb hat Sayaka ja auch auf die Note geschrieben, hey, hier Nameplates. Makoto ist sofort in seinen Raum reingegangen, dem ist es mit der Nameplate gar nicht aufgefallen und allen anderen ja auch bei der Investigation. Aber, was ich mich so frage, erstmal hat Leon nicht den Raum abgeschlossen nach dem... Aber darum geht's gar nicht. Mir geht's um diese ganze Szenerie. Jeder wusste also, dass das Makotos Raum ist. Wir gehen einfach mal davon aus, dass das eigentlich jeder hätte wissen müssen. Wie genau ist diese Body Discovery Announcement damals zustande gekommen? Das ist ja so ein fettes Plothole. Weil eigentlich so müsste es ja so gewesen sein, wir waren da, wir haben geschrien, erstmal die Räume sind alle komplett soundproof. Die Räume sind alle komplett soundproof. Keiner konnte mich schreien hören. Ich schrei, weil ich Sayaka tot gesehen habe. Fall um. Und Hiro, unser Freund, hat uns dann ja ins Gym gecarried. Hat er ja ganz stolz erzählt. Ey, ich hab dich ins Gym gecarried, Bruder. Ja, aber, Bruder. Wie? Erstmal, wie sind die reingekommen? Wahrscheinlich, wenn Makoto reinkommt, sind die anderen auch reingekommen. Aber wieso sind die reingekommen? Like, ne? Diese ganze Discovery macht gar keinen Sinn. Okay, und dann kam halt die Body Discovery Announcement, weil mehr als 3 Leute, die den Körper gefunden hatten. Oder, ja, nicht mehr als 3, sondern halt mindestens 3. Damn, I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. Fuck, man.
What the?
What the fuck is this? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. Oder bitte kotze ich. Vor allem, die haben alle so richtig, so... Ich weiß, dass das alles wahrscheinlich gleichzeitig passieren wird, aber das Spiel gibt einem so den Vibe von wegen, ja, erst reagiert der, dann reagiert der, dann reagiert der, jeder reagiert einfach mal. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Bruder, chill. Shut up. Die beiden haben so eine witzige Energy zwischen sich, like, er will was von ihr, obviously. Und sie denkt sich so, like, der Typ ist ein Idiot, ich mach mich über ihn lustig. Okay, was machen wir? Wir können nicht mit den Leuten reden. Ja. Ja, wir sollen das später investigieren. Ich glaube, wir sollen jetzt wirklich mit Chihiro reden. For now, pay attention to the wall. Huh? I said it once already. There's a word written there. On the wall. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood.
So...
I don't think it's any kind of dying message. Ja, wie soll Chihiro das auch geschrieben haben? It's just too strange. Vor allem, das ist ja, also mit Blut zu schreiben, ist ja so schwierig. Das würde ja niemals so clean aussehen, jetzt mal im echten Leben. Das würde ja niemals so clean aussehen. Weil, das sieht ja so aus, als hätte das jemand mit einem Edding dahin gemalt. Aber das ist fucking Blut, über das wir hier reden. Wisst ihr, wie komisch Blut ist? Das läuft runter erstmal. Das ist noch so schräg, Alter. Junge. Die Mario RPG gucken, wissen, dass ich mit so schrägen Sachen nicht klarkomme. Aber das guckt eh keiner von euch. Weil die einzige Person, die hier ist Anita. Grüß gehen raus an Anita. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust and blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? Wenn ihr euch erinnert, Chapter 1, da hatten wir schon mal über etwas gesprochen. Das wird jetzt auch wieder aufgegriffen. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They are like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer?
What?
Genocide Lag! Hiro, wo kommst du her? Dich habe ich vorhin nicht gesehen. Genocide Lag, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
What is this?
And this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Lag's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Lag. Real? What? Dem seine Voicelines sind so geil, Alter. The real... Wait, are you saying Genocide Lag is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way. But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity.
Well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. Visit now! Toko! Hina was pointing toward the entrance to the girls' locker room. Okay, das sehe ich nicht. Toko was the last to arrive. Leute, diese Kameraschwenks sind ja schön und gut, ne? Gerade standen die da irgendwie links, jetzt stehen wir hier. Aber Leute, das ist nicht der Eingang des Lockerrooms. Es wurde gerade gesagt, dass sie reinkommt. Wieso hat man denn Hina und die anderen nicht auf die Seite hier gestellt und Toko auf die andere Seite? Das hätte viel mehr Sinn gemacht, weil so sieht es jetzt so aus, als würde Toko mitten im Raum stehen, was ja gar nicht der Fall ist. Toko was the last to arrive and now she was last standing there. Fragezeichen. No! Why? 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 Tell me why? Gadunk. He fainted. That did not sound good. Toko! Ja, aber in Chapter 1 hat sie überhaupt nicht gejuckt, als Lunko vor ihren Augen abgestochen wurde. Das ist für mich immer noch das größte Plothole des ganzen Spiels und ich werde jedes verfickte Mal drauf rumreiten, wenn das zur Sprache kommt. Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up! That's right, at least remember what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood. Anscheinend ja nicht anytime. So she is homophobic? I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. Und du schon, oder was? This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she has passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. Was ist jetzt, wenn ich jetzt 3 Tage wach bin und irgendwann mein Körper sagt so, boah Junge, bitte schlafen, dann werde ich ja auch nicht ohnmächtig und ich fainte ja nicht, ich schlafe ja wirklich ein. Ist das dann auch eine Violation? Ich verstehe diese Regeln ohnehin nicht. Die Strafe, wenn du eine Regel brichst, ist ja, wie wir aus Part 1 wissen, und was ja logisch ist, Monokuma bringt uns um. Aber ist das nicht voll dumm? Like, ist das nicht voll dumm? Like, warum sollte der uns einfach so umbringen? So, hä? So, dann brechen wir einfach alle eine Regel, dass wir alle tot und ja, das war's dann, ne? Killing Game vorbei. Ich meine, wir wissen nicht, warum Monokuma das alles hier tut. Aber der bringt uns doch nicht einfach so um. Also, wahrscheinlich würde er das schon tun, wie wir mit Mondo gesehen haben und auch mit Junko, aber trotzdem, weißt du? Ah, so she didn't faint on purpose, so it doesn't count. Gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Ich weiß, ich habe das schlecht gelesen. Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up! As if she'd heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leaped straight up into the air, planning her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up und dieser Sound noch. Knowing the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. Huh? What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know. It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko? Are you okay? I'm fine. What? Is that a dead baby? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world is the front and the back, a top inning and the bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Ow.
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. I don't know, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right?
I see.
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be the best if we take her back to her room for the time being. I don't mind taking her back, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? She totally ignored me. Very well. You take care of the girl and the rest of us can begin this investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation? The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that. Ja, er hat recht. Man versucht immer zu man versucht immer so sich einzureden, nein, es war das Mastermind, aber nein, es war einer von uns.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as Wayne. Das war ein geiler Entrance. Don't take it as a bad thing, just the fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Then it's happened again. Mir fällt gerade auf, mein Zimmer ist so richtig groß und ich habe so einen richtigen Hall hier drin. So, ich höre mich selbst. Okay, das ist gut, dass ich mich selbst höre, wenn ich das nicht tun würde, wäre ich taub, aber then it's happened again. Is that what you're saying? And another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What, does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know? You said there's nothing to do down there at all. We'll let you play to mine if you want. Well, I'll let you play to mine if you want. Was? Actually, I don't have any either, sorry. Was? Ich check den Witz nicht mal. Ach, er hat von Balls geredet. Ach so, sorry. Das ist noch der Restalkohol von meinem Peak-Besäufnis gestern.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? Sure, I did come.
It's the Monokuma
Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
No way.
We really gotta do another investigation. Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all our other friends. Leute, ich muss mal ganz kurz schauen, wie voll mein Handy ist. 38%, das kann ich anstecken, während ich, ne? Einen Moment. So, Peak Handy im Part laden. Sorry Leute, aber Danganronpa ist ja auch so eine Play, in dem ich einfach chille so. Ich chille, wir spielen. Es ist wie ein Stream gefühlt. Es ist wie ein Stream. Nur wenn ich halt kurz mal weg bin, dann, also wirklich weg, dann mache ich auch gerne mal eine Pause.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
Oh no!
Oh no! Was für eine überzogene Reaktion. So, mittendrin so. Oh no! Und dieser Sprite so. Wisst ihr, woran mich das erinnert? Kennt irgendeiner von euch Star Wars? Hat irgendwer von euch Star Wars Teil 7 geguckt, wie Rey reagiert hat, als Han Solo gestorben ist? Like, du panzerst den Typen für 3 Tage oder so. Chill. I hate it too!
Help me!
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey!
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we will all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What?
What? Do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn you!
That body is an object?
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya.
Calm down.
Everyone, stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Man merkte ja schon im letzten Part, dass Chihiro Mondo und Byakuya sich überhaupt nicht riechen können. Also Mondo hasst ihn ja richtig. Kyoko. Aber das Ding ist, er hat doch recht. Hä, was wollen wir denn jetzt machen? Wollen wir jetzt erstmal noch 3 Stunden hier chillen oder was wollen wir tun jetzt, außer investigaten? Wollen wir vielleicht noch kurz was essen? If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, all lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right, the genocide leg is somehow the one who killed Chihiro. Then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey!
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that. I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? Ja, und wenn wir alle eine Regel brechen würden, würdest du uns alle umbringen. Dann wäre auch unser Leben vorbei. Ne? Deswegen, das meine ich mit, der will das nicht, dass wir alle sterben. The new rule has been added to the regulations menu. In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
Hey,
Well, And a good mystery you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. That's one would totally murder that possibility.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Well, for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger.
Interesting.
Which is definitely not good. We need to cover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up!
So,
Wie ihn hasst, Alter! Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice! I'm gonna get dropped off!
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation to Was? Das ist Französisch. Ich kann ein bisschen Französisch, aber ich kann wirklich nur ein bisschen Französisch. Das heißt tout soir. Moment. Tout soir. Enseguida. Ich sollte es vielleicht in Deutsch übersetzen im Augenblick. Too sweet. Ja, stimmt, nicht sweet, sondern sweet. Okay, too sweet. Okay, ich lese das nochmal. We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation too sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. No need to repeat that, Celeste. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Oh, jetzt kommt wieder das geile Investigation-Theme. Mein Ohr juckt übrigens. Ich muss mal ganz kurz den Kopfhörer rausnehmen und mich im Ohr kratzen. Junge, ey, das mit meinem Ohr, Alter. Ich habe gerade erst angefangen aufzunehmen. Okay, ich habe heute aber auch sehr viel Musik gehört. Mit Kopfhörern. Aber ich habe die Kopfhörer geladen. We don't have any choice. First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. Time of death is estimated to be around 2 AM. Nachts also wieder, okay. Halten sich auch nicht so viele Leute an unsere Nighttime Rule. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object, so she was killed instantly. That's all it says. But it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Richtig. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Yo, warte mal. Passiert das gerade wirklich? Mr. Fame, ich möchte nicht mit euch frühstücken, weil irgendwer mein Essen vergiften könnte. Spricht mich an und er nennt mich sogar beim Namen. Er nennt mich nicht useless oder so. Er nennt mich beim Namen. Das war eine Anspielung an ein anderes Spiel. Dazu kommen wir noch in der Zukunft, Freunde. Hä? Did you need something from me? Guck mal, er ist genauso verwirrt.
Naturally.
Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So, what did you need? Was heißt dit, Alter? Er braucht doch jetzt etwas. Das ist die falsche Zeitform, Alter. Macht so mich wütend. I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Hä?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I
Stop
just...
talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened. Yeah, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay, wir arbeiten einfach mit dem Mr. Fame jetzt zusammen. Gut, machen wir. Okay, Bruder, was sollen wir machen? You have time to talk, you have time to start investigating. Ja, okay, das war ein Wink, das war kein Wink mit dem Zaunpfahl. Der hat den ganzen Zaun auf mich geschmissen. Kyoko, was sagst du? Ach man, ich wünschte, ich könnte da mit dir arbeiten. Stattdessen bin ich mit diesem komischen Typen, ey. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and squatted, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. Willst du mich verarschen? Du hast vorhin gesagt, Blut ist nur eine Flüssigkeit. Ein toter Körper ist nur ein Objekt. Willst du mich verarschen, Junge? Voll der Typ, Alter. Voll der Typ. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. Wir gehen von links nach rechts. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead
Very
body.
strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Leg's handiwork. Well, but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Der Typ ist creepy. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. A fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. There's a dumbbell on the floor and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. Ja, das ist wahrscheinlich die murder weapon. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine. It could have been anything else. Ich mag seine voice lines auch. That's right. Das ist aber eine piekschwere Hantel, Alter. Da kann ja eigentlich, also erstmal nach unserem aktuellen Informationsstand kann es ja nur eine Frau gewesen sein, weil der Tod, die ist ja in der Mädchenumkleide gestorben. Sakura, warst du's? Ich frag nur, das Ding sieht so schwer aus. Wer soll das denn sonst hochheben? I'm just kidding. Sakura scheint eine von den Guten zu sein. I use this locker room all the time now. It's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She was very light, and it's true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I think she came here on her own, by choice. Vor allem... Was? Moment mal, was hat der gerade gesagt? She could have been killed somewhere else. Makoto, bitte, bitte, hast du... Ich weiß, aber hast du mal ein bisschen aufgepasst? Da ist Blut auf dem Poster, das muss passiert sein, während sie umgebracht wurde. Da ist eine Hantel. Wo kriegst du eine Hantel her, wenn nicht hier? What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Could she really have been exercising that late? Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day. So she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret. But that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Wem kann sie denn vertraut haben? Ist die Frage. Ja, ich wollte nicht gehen. Hold on, we still have more to check here. Ja, ist okay. Dude had a weird complex about being weak. Dude? Was zum Fick? Wer ist Dude? You hear Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. Jetzt geht's los, Alter. Der Typ kriegt ja richtige Talking Issues. Erst bezeigt der Chihiro als Dude und dann, all I need to get stronger, genau. Das fehlt ein Verb. Yeah, I do remember she said it more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl. After all, most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Because of Chihiro's complex, I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account, okay? Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Okay, du hast gerade gesagt, wir haben noch nicht alles investigated. Jetzt habe ich von Mondo irgendwas erfahren. Ich weiß nicht mal, was jetzt die wichtige Info hier drin war. Falsch. Ja, okay. Das ist jetzt der wichtige Clou. Ich meine, ja, okay, ist das ein Clou fürs Last Trial, aber ich meine, dass er uns gerade gesagt hat, yo, halt, stopp, wir gehen hier nicht. Red erstmal nochmal mit dem Typen. Und jetzt wissen wir etwas, was wir ohnehin schon wussten. No, I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. Got caught up with the wrong person this time. Ist so, Junge. Letztes Mal haben wir so cool mit Kyoko, die war schon freundlich. Und jetzt haben wir hier diesen Unsympathen, Alter. So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Willst du nicht hier hingehen? That's not even the scene of the crime, idiot. Ah, ich lieb's. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, he would be riddled with holes. Was willst du von mir? Hold on, we still have more to check here. We've already spent plenty of time checking the crime scene. There are plenty of other things left to check here. Was willst du von mir? Das da. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
Right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's about his card reader. Yes, the card readers all have been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the girls' locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. The gender. Mhm. Okay, das heißt, wenn Makoto sich jetzt als Frau identifiziert, könnte er da einfach rein, oder was? Willkommen in 2023, aber das Spiel ist schon ein bisschen älter, da wurde wahrscheinlich noch nicht so an den Unterschied zwischen Sex und Gender gedacht. And it's impossible for two people in a world to go through while the doors are unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
There was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl. The ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a swiftly slaughter. The school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Directly correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. Richtig. In other words, Hiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since the hero was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
In other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out a loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a punny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Well then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They are things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so,
Are you?
Er wird richtig wütend, Alter. So sleepy. Just listening to me makes me wanna pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll shock you with criminal negligence. No more questions, figure the rest out your damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall. That'll help you understand what's going on. The main hall also, okay? Ich finde auch cool, dass wir nicht mal hingehen müssen. Wir sind einfach sofort hier. Der Typ ist so richtig am Stress machen, Alter. Ja, komm jetzt, du Bastard. Wie, du musst noch aufs Klo? Nee, komm. Los. Peak Investigation. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? I mean, I have to figure it out for myself. Er zeigt uns so seinen Rücken. Er dreht sich extra rum für uns. Der hat in die Richtung hier geschaut. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them. But why are they? What are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Peak. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. See, yeah, now I understand. Ja, das heißt also, dass die Handbücher hier benutzt worden sind.
What?
Huh? Hold on a second. What's
Very
wrong?
strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook shows Lunko's name and I started it up. And the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right? Das ist interessant, weil, wisst ihr, was das heißt? Das heißt, dass es kein, also... Ja, wir machen jetzt mal weiter. Wir sind noch nicht so weit.
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came floating back. Ja, das war echt, peak execution. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Ooh. Hey!
Now I'm
Hey!
angry!
Well, calm the fuck down. What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
Impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and it's waterproofed up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with. It wouldn't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It
I
does?
can't hear you!
Yeah, it's a secret. Wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. Jo, weil wir unsere Handbücher auch absichtlich kaputt machen wollten. Junge, warum juckt mein Auge gerade so? Hilfe.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask how that could be. Leaving a question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not
That's
turning
fine.
on. Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. I think so, either way, something is about it still bothers me. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed the hero. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Hold on, there's still more here waiting to be checked. Was denn? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal the hero's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Glenacide Leg. Then you really think, you truly believe Glenacide Leg is the one who
Don't
killed
make
the
me
hero?
repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Lag is the culprit in this case. And I have a basis to believe it. I assure you, Genocide Lag is one of us. Okay.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay, ja. Alles klar. Ich trinke mal kurz einen Schluck. Wasser ist so geil, Alter. Ich liebe Wasser. Murderous fiend is Genocide Lag, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They are like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Das ist genau der gleiche Dialog, den er in Chapter 1 schon hatte. Was nicht aufgefallen wäre, wenn man vorhin nicht diese Rückblende eingeblendet hätte. Genocide Lag. Sorry. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. So, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. Ich muss mal ganz kurz mein Auge eincremen, Freunde. Was wird nicht besser, Alter? Ich kann so viel eincremen, wie ich will, Alter. Das bringt nichts. So. Weiter geht's. Ich hätte vielleicht meine Hände waschen sollen vorher. Ach. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it. And I can show you. Ja, okay, dann gehen wir.
Don't make me repeat.
I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Lag is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will prove all the evidence
It's
you
all
need.
clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Lag is the one that killed the hero. Evidence. Something like that really... Ah, hey, you too! Big trouble. Need your
I don't
help.
have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone. Ja, ist so, ey. Ich mache hier gerade mit Mr. Business.
I mean,
But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please. You gotta help me. Du hast eine Emergency und der erste Ort, wo du hingehst, ist die Main Hall? Woher wusstest du überhaupt, dass wir hier sind? Wie wär's, wenn du zur Crime Scene gehst? Da weißt du doch, dass da Leute sind.
please.
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean,
But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do,
Very
Byakuya?
strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you
Don't
sure?
make me repeat myself.
Don't make me repeat myself. So geil, wenn er das sagt, Alter. Ich liebe es. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that would be the end of it.
yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us,
Let's
Hina.
go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms. To Toko's room, most likely. You're right.
Such ignorance.
Talking to the one person, you waste of space. Alter! Alter, das muss ich screenshotten für meine WhatsApp-Story, Alter. Wenn mich irgendein Keck in der Schule abfuckt, Alter. Ah. Hina, sagst du irgendwas oder sagt Byakuya erst gleich, wenn ich mit dir rede? You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her. You know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
Fine.
We could try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. Ding dong! The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap, sie zittert. Vorhin war sie so komisch, jetzt ist sie noch komischer. An hour of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me. Ja, dieses Mädchen ist ja auch sehr negativ.
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Jo.
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Yo, was geht jetzt ab? And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. And I rang a little while ago. Hey, drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Go was scared enough to even bar her door. Naja, oder das ist einfach wie die Türen hier so sind, ne? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Leg really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko is so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Ja, du doch, oder? Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments. Ich wäre so abgefuckt, wenn dauernd Leute mich abfucken würden.
What do you want?
Ich war so verwirrt gerade, dass sie What do you want sagt und da Leave me alone steht. Das war doch vorhin vorgelesen. Wieso muss ich sie jetzt lesen? Ich will sie nicht lesen. Leave me alone. You are so annoying. Ah, Bakula.
Byakuya.
Junge, Hurensohn-Mikrofon. Nimmt einfach meine Lache nicht auf. Ich habe gerade so eine geile Lache rausgehauen. Erstmal finde ich die Voiceline geil. Jetzt Byakuya. Aber wie betont er das? Anyway. Bakula. Ich habe den Typen früher auch immer Bakugan genannt. Oder... Ja, Bakugan auch. Aber vor allem habe ich ihn Byakuya genannt. Keine Ahnung, der Name war für mich so schwer auszusprechen. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Leg have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Huh? Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Vamos! Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Der Typ hat so lange Beine, Alter. Der Typ ist bestimmt piekschnell. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Okay, was willst du hier? Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Leg really in the
Don't make me
library?
repeat myself.
Don't make me say it again. Ja, er ist hier, ich weiß das. I remember, on the other side of the store. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Hä? Was nicht letztens noch so like, ey Junge, du hast kein Business da drin, geh da auf keinen Fall rein, ich verbiete es. Als würde dir der Laden hier gehören und jetzt plötzlich so, yo, geh rein hier. Oh, hier?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. Oh, there's so many books and files. And so much dust
So,
too.
in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Ach so, das erste war gesagt, das andere war gedacht. Okay, andersrum, egal. Hier gibt es tatsächlich einiges. Leute, ich brauche einen Kaffee. Tut mir leid, Leute. Heute wieder in der Kaffee-Edition. Da kann ich auch meine Nachrichten checken. Geil, mein Controller ist runtergefallen. Wie spät haben wir es denn? 19:29. Und seit wann nehme ich auf? Yo, was? Ich nehm schon 50 Minuten auf? Was? Wir haben nichts geschafft in der Zeit. Alter. Okay, Leute, ich mache mir schnell einen Kaffee. Okay, Freunde, weiter geht's. Ich habe mir einen Kaffee geholt. Der Kaffee wird jetzt auch natürlich in der Aufnahme getrunken. Ich habe mein Handy aber vom Strom genommen. Ich muss erst mal gucken, wie voll das ist. 87, komm, das reicht. So. It's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Was könnte das nur sein? Sieht mir nach einem MP3-Player aus. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? This have a stuff tied with files. Ich wollte eigentlich mit der Lampe reden. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Wir nehmen irgendeinen und er so, ah ja, du bist sehr schlau, dass du diesen File genommen hast. Ich muss das Mikrofon mal näher an mich ranstellen, Alter. Ja, okay, wenn ich noch näher stelle, fällt's. Hä?
That's right.
Moment. So, perfekt. Peak Mikrofon. That's the report on a presidential assassination. Your original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Das check ich nicht ganz, aber okay. Vor allem, die Scheiße liegt... Wo liegt die? At the National Library. Und hier. 2 Exemplare und eins davon ist hier. Without making a sound, I return to file to the shelf. Ich will mit der Lampe reden, Alter. Dankeschön. Hä? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. Junge, welcher Hurensohn schreibt mir um diese Zeit? Reicht doch. Marlon, Alter. Nervt er mich. Junge. Moment. So, Buenos días. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using before. You have a problem with that lamp. Ich habe ein richtiges Problem mit dieser scheiß Lampe, Junge. Ich hau die gleich weg, Alter. Was here before? Then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to the good use. Die ist nicht mal eingeschaltet. Ist nicht mal... Du machst mich sauer, Junge. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things? Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I meant the ones of real power. The Secret Council, controlling everything from the shadows. Yo, der Secret Council ist ja wohl nicht so secret, wenn du einem Random einfach erzählst, dass es diesen Council gibt. Ich meine, der Typ, der ist ja irgendwie so ein richtiges King, ne? Ist ja klar, dass der davon weiß, weil der ja irgendwie so ein richtig hohes Tier in der Welt ist und irgendwann die Welt beherrschen wird, weil seine Vorfahren schon die Welt beherrscht haben. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Wahrscheinlich ist er ein Member von diesem Council. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files, there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. they're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? Und die liegen hier. Hat der Ultimate Police Officer die hier hingepackt oder was? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was so interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real,
Such
right?
ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. When it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How can anyone have pulled all this together? I suppose it goes to show how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it. What about you? Can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents more than once? Junge, ich werd schon gelangweilt, wenn ich meine eigene Klassenarbeit, die ich gerade geschrieben habe, nochmal lesen muss, ey. But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why... My family has a reading room, just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words,
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I will in me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. Habe ich ja gesagt, ich hatte das auch noch irgendwie im Kopf, dass uns das sagt. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me was the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through these reports has been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. Mein Auge juckt. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of these cases just by reviewing the reports. Among all these reports, one of my recent favorites is the genocide leg case. Boah, viel zu viel Zucker in meinem Kaffee. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the genocide leg cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every genocide-like murder. The first characteristic is that at every scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written and blood on the victim's body is suspended. Leute, ich trinke mal kurz was. Ein Kaiser Kaffee. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristics, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out wie soll man das nicht herausfinden? Hä? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall, he was caught. The body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim? That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words,
The culprit isn't the copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Leg.
in other words,
That's right, there's evidence that Genocide Leg has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Leg really is? The brutal fiendish killer is really walking around among us?
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to fare without a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and back, I might even show you myself. Yeah, okay. Byakuya, about the Genocide Leg case file, could you let me see
That's
it?
fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Ich möchte das, glaube ich, auch gar nicht. Boah, kranke Kamerafahrt. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Yo! Yo! Victim, Ken Hawada, office worker, 32. Nein, er sah so freundlich aus. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body and believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. Yo! Yo, sieht die Leiche heftig aus, Alter. Yo! Yo! Alter Schwede. Der Typ... Also, der Typ rechts sieht 100% aus wie einer aus meiner alten Schule. 100%, Junge. Nur mit dem, also so von der Kopf, vom Gesichtsausdruck her. Der Typ hat komplett andere Haare und eine Brille, was der Typ, den ich kannte, nicht hatte. Aber trotzdem, eigentlich an sich der gleiche Typ. Ja. Names of Genocide Leg's victims went over for several pages. Ken Hawada, 32. Tetsui Honda, 17. Shojigaku, 32. Yo. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed as suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Next page? Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Ich muss kurz nochmal Kaffee trinken. Because an eyewitness had never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. His confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. And this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't, I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Oh, wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. Nein! Och man, ich dachte, wir können noch ein bisschen mit dem Bruder chillen. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like
I don't
that?
have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Eigentlich dachte ich das. Ja, Byakuya, warum lässt du mich im Stich? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Then aside Dank, he's the one that killed Chihiro. The murderous fiend. It's one of us! Who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. Go back to a crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful when I'm at it. Find everything what I can. Ja. Schauen wir da erstmal, wo alle sind. Hier ist keiner. Hier ist jemand. Hier ist auch jemand. Hiro, was machst du denn hier? Okay, ich würde sagen, wir, da steht sogar ein Ausrufezeichen, Krankheit. Wir fangen an mit Taka, reden dann mit Hiro und dann mit den beiden in den Dormitories. Taka, wo bist du? Ach, da bist du.
How unfortunate.
And we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Hiro. Sorry because I wasn't strong enough. Und wer weiß, ob das Motive überhaupt etwas damit zu tun hat, ne?
Huh? Oh, hey,
Oh.
Makoto.
Hey Makoto, what's up? Oh, I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. What the fuck is wrong with you? Was haben wir überhaupt alle jetzt mit dieser Mailbox? Also dass Byakuya darauf gekommen ist, war ja klar, aber Hiro ist ein Idiot. Als ob der darauf kommt, Alter. Voll der Typ, Alter. Das ist so ein Peak-Typ. Ah, und weg ist mein Kaffee. Ah, mit einer Hand ist das schwierig. Ah! Mann, geh rein! Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Lake. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. But don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet he would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Yeah, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange, didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. What she does? Shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kinda weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? I think so. I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Ja, I don't know. Das erinnert mich an einen Joke aus einem der Fangames. Ach Mann, ey, ich kann gar keine Referenzen zu den anderen Spielen ansprechen hier, weil die anderen Spiele noch nicht dran sind. Das wird cool im letzten Spiel, Alter. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you. but I see it was pointless. And then you did find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night I saw her here. Hero was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Taking out your yacht for the whistler. You're so skibbity. You're so fantastic. I
Oh,
just
you're
wanna
right.
be your
Thanks.
signal.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was
Yes,
gone.
indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken her rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without letting anyone know. The strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Shihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Junge, mein Auge ist so am Jucken, Alter. Es ist gerade richtig schlimm, Junge. Ich habe es extra eingecremt. Es ist sogar immer noch feucht von der Creme, aber es juckt einfach trotzdem. Wie lange nehme ich jetzt schon auf? Okay. Ich habe nur 20 Minuten aufgenommen, seit ich das letzte Mal geschaut habe. Alter. Die Zeit verging aber am Anfang schneller. Geh doch hoch, Junge. Fettsack, was machst du denn hier? Ding, ding, ding! Kumi had discovered evidence revealing the identity of the
I
culprit.
feel as if
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet,
That's it. I'm
but
sure
I
of it.
guarantee that what I found will seal the chaos rest from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Da frage ich mich auch. But blood loss was written on the wall in blood, just like all the other genocide cases. At the crime scene, as what blood loss is written in the victim's own blood. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body, she was dead body. That's a poster. Huh? The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. There's a big dumbbell. This dumbbell has to be the murder weapon, yeah. The bloodstain on the carpet could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder.
damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her
No
soul.
forgiveness.
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation? Generally
However.
speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something unrelated? Was ist denn wichtiger als der Case? Miyako ja auch, ich muss noch was machen, Alter. Was musst du denn machen? Musst du noch scheißen oder was? Something besides the investigation?
Wow.
What is it? Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
So then.
But before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Shihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Shihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely not worth worrying about. Wen juckt das? Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Kiyo's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of a crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. The more I think about it, that's not the only thing that concerns me. Kiyo's fatal injury was a blow to the head. Which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. First I didn't see any reason to think much about either of them. Seeing them again after looking through the genocide leg file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out as a certain place, I need to revisit. Was? Plus it might help to look at genocide leg case one more time. Warum? Hä? Wir wissen doch, dass das Kabel vermutlich aus der Bücherei kommt. Weil da hatten wir doch vorhin noch über die Kiste geredet, mit dem, wo es noch hieß, ja hier, da ist so Staub und daran sieht man, dass da was drin lag. Ja, egal, reden wir noch mit dir. Der sagt genau das gleiche. Okay. So, there must be still some... Junge. Wenn du schon sagst, ich muss dahin, dann lass mich doch liefen. Und ich habe an der Stelle immer gehangen. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was jetzt von mir gewollt ist. Das Poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. But wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room that's right. There's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big breasted swimsuit model. If the posters have been switched? If they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. War das wirklich der Hint, den ich gesucht habe? Hat hier jemand hingepissen? There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? What the fuck, Alter? Hifumi, warst du das? Der sagt immer noch das gleiche. Macht der Typ mich sauer, Junge. Sakura. Mit Sakura wollten wir reden. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched? Sorry, I can't really say. I never paid any attention to the posters. I see. But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. You have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. Mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some of it on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? I don't see any stain on the carpet now. Exactly. I noted it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? There was never a stain here to begin with. Ja, das war ein sehr großer Wink mit dem Zaunpfahl. Erzählst du mir jetzt von deinem super tollen Clou? Warum machst du mich wütend, Junge? Ich will doch einfach nur wissen, was du für einen Clou hast, Alter. Gar nichts hat der Bruder nämlich. Er hat kein Leben, er hat keine Freunde, ist einfach nur ein dummer Fettsack, Alter. Kann ich mit der Steckdose reden? Nee. Yes. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here, I guess not. Hä? Ich will doch nur mit der Lampe reden. Hä? Geht doch. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. The last time I saw it was definitely on and it was definitely right there. Oh, that's right, Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Ja. Okay. Müssen wir uns auch noch die Kiste ansehen? Oh yeah, wir chillen hier ohne Byakuya. Wir können jetzt alle Bücher hier ansehen. But if it means I become a target, nope, I'll leave it where it is. Thank you very much. The document about the secret council revealing the kind of true commoner shouldn't go near. So I guess I'd better not. Geht doch. The wooden box is empty. An extension cord was in there before. Ja, richtig. Okay, ja gut. Das extension cord kommt von hier, wissen wir jetzt. I want to take another look at Genocide Leg's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? The only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Hä? Warum das denn? Das war die Investigation, Leute. Das war's. Okay, wie spät haben wir's? Anderthalb Stunden haben wir? Ja, nicht mal. Krank.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the
bin
moment
gespannt, wie
you've
lange
all
das...
been waiting for. The class trial.
Ich bin gespannt, wie lange das Class 2
You
gehen wird.
remember where to meet, right?
Das Ding ist, ich
Please
denke...
go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Ich denke, dass ich bei späteren Spielen auch 3 Parts pro Chapter machen muss. Also einen Part für die Investigation, also einen Part für Daily Life, einen Part für die Investigation und einen extra Part noch für das Class Trial, weil die Spiele halt immer länger werden, so. Das ist mir aufgefallen, als ich das letzte Mal alle Spiele durchgespielt habe. Bei den Fangames ist es ein bisschen entspannter. Bei den Fangames könnte ich theoretisch ein Chapter im Part machen. Ne, obwohl könnte ich nicht, da saß ich auch immer so 7 Stunden dran. The Class Trial Law. It's about to begin. Red doors, right through here. Packen wir's an, Freunde. So anyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. Yo. And Toko is? You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nutjob? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are
Oi.
you gonna do?
Oi, 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 oi. Okie dokie, I go ahead and back her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Jetzt mal ganz kurz, es ist kein Geheimnis, dass die Theorie zu diesem Zeitpunkt sein wird, dass Toko Genocide Leg, also somit der Mörder ist, weil dieses Split-Personality-Thing auf sie passt, wenn man bedenkt, was am Anfang des Parts passiert ist. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but wie stottert man ein Haar? Wie macht man das? He forced me. I can't believe you would drag it around. Terrible. You're terrible. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Gut, wir sprechen wie immer nochmal mit allen. You ready? Who are you doing this?
Well,
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Lust is always prevails, right, bro? Du warst heute auch ganz still, ne? Am Anfang so ein bisschen, aber später hat man irgendwie gar nichts mehr von dir gehört. So, ja, wir hatten einmal mit ihm gesprochen, aber der und Hero. Und sogar mit Hero hatten wir mehr gesprochen heute. Aber Hero ist einfach geil.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Yes.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Coco, man. What's got us so worked up? Ja, okay. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all this one. Und Byakuya ist der letzte. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Das machen wir jetzt. Das machen wir. Man merkt richtig, wie ich Byakuya zu lesen fühle. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster as soon as everyone was on. The elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle of my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. Alter, ich muss aufhören, so komisch zu lesen. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Ich kann mich gar nicht daran erinnern, dass es vorher anders aussah. Also, das erste Mal, wenn er redecorated, das macht er nämlich nach jedem Trial, fällt es gar nicht auf. Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. Sure, we're preparing to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. Du hast dich gerade wiederholt. Let's get shown the road. And so, the cold curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Wir möchten logischerweise speichern. Ja, richtig, hier hatte ich das letzte Mal gespeichert. Set Skills. Increases the influence gauge by 2. Geil, das nehmen wir auf jeden Fall. Lost in 4. Decrease the time limit for each phase. Ja, ich glaube, es gibt bessere. Increase your tube bullet rate of fire. Effective during the non-stop debate. Ja. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Ja. Increases bullet capacity. Every effective during the bullet time battle. Costs 4. Ja, aber das ist echt wichtig. Das kommt aber erst später, aber ich wollte es jetzt schon mal aus. Ah, das mit dem Zeitlimit brauche ich eigentlich nicht. Also mit Zeitlimit habe ich eigentlich nie Probleme. Okay, los geht's, Leute.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Ich muss mich erstmal dran gewöhnen, dass ich jetzt gar nicht mehr lesen
If
muss.
you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Ich liebe das, wenn in Class-Files halt auch wirklich viele Events kommen, also wirklich oft so dieses Make Your Argument. Ich nenne es halt Black Case-File, weil wenn nur die ganze Zeit geredet wird, dann ist das echt ermüdend. So, dazu kommen wir aber auch noch in einer anderen Class-File. Was nehmen wir eigentlich davon?
According to the Monokuma file, the killer
Also, wir hatten zu haben.
instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Stimmen sind so leise
I
im
bet it
Vergleich
was
zu der
an iron
Musik.
pipe.
safe, es war eine Iron Pipe. Was ist denn deine Base?
Certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Nee, war's nicht.
Chihiro's, it appears it was, according to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt I've been...
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong, Hero. Shut the fuck up, bro. Sorry.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Jo, man hat das einfach gehört, wie ich
As
gegähnt
far
habe.
as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Wir wissen bereits, dass Kyoko krank ist im Kopf, okay? Oder beziehungsweise, dass sie damit sehr gut umgehen kann. Wieso sind die Leute immer so vertraut davon?
That's so creepy.
Okay, entspann dich.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Dann ist halt like the fiend, the serial killer. Did you really kill Chihiro? Was denn für ein neues? Oh nein. Oh nein, es ist das, was ich denke. Oh nein, ich habe vergessen zu lesen. Oh Mann, wenn es nämlich das ist, was ich denke, ne? Ah nee, ich glaube, es ist was anderes.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Ja, richtig,
I'm
das ist
sure.
das.
Case
Yes.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Diese
Why? What makes it impossible?
lilanen Dinger kannst du wegschießen.
Come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Es wurde erklärt, du Hurensohn.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Case closed. Hey, that's why? What part? I mean, come on, there's just no...
Er ist einfach so cool, Alter. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned. Der ist so cool, Junge. Alter, Peak hat den letzten Anfall bekommen gerade.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put
Ich bin so
together
müde,
about the
Alter.
Genocide Jack case.
Peak müde. Hä? Nimmt mein Mikrofon mich überhaupt noch richtig auf? Hä? Warum bin ich so leise? Warte mal. Wahrscheinlich, weil ich gerade 3 Kilometer weg war vom Mikrofon. Alter, warum habe ich meine Einstellungen jetzt schon wieder zu? Mach mich doch nicht wütend, Junge.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Booblust.
So, dieser Typ, ey. Der Typ macht mich fertig. Wie er das auch noch gesagt hat. Bublast.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Ja, jetzt geht das los, Alter. Das ist ein richtiges Meme in der Community, das Byakuya immer sagt. Tell them, Maigi. The other characteristic is how the victim was positioned. I got it!
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Hat er nicht vorhin noch gesagt, the higher-ups, the police, also die Polizei und die higher-ups? Ah ja, okay. Wahrscheinlich beides.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Ja, ne? Ultimate Police Office.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Sein Kopf da links so richtig so. Der geht richtig ab, Alter. Der hat richtig Spaß, Junge.
No fucking way!
No fucking way!
Saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Jo, was?
What?
Er haut das so oft chillig raus, Alter, was?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Er steht auch direkt neben mir, Alter. Ich würde so Angst kriegen.
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Oh nein, a containment game, but it does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I'm just about to see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? Italienisch wäre Safe Fitzy. Was? Ich hab doch getroffen! Oder habe ich jetzt wirklich Fitzy auswählen wollen? Oh, ich bin so dumm, Alter. Sorry, ich bin peak müde, wie gesagt.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Ich finde jetzt White so süß von Hina, wie sie so mit ihrem Finger so an ihrem Gesicht ist, so.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
One thing that shows Toko could have a split personality. It has to do with her behavior. Her behavior change.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine! Whoa, is this a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have her head real hard when she fainted. The world is a fond and bag, a top ending in the bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Dafür, dass ich in Class 2 jetzt nicht lesen muss ich heute sehr viel lesen in diesem Trial. Ich sehe schon. I want the Genocide lack of control. I drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yo, was?
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Wisst ihr was? Das hat gerade nichts damit zu tun, aber ich habe mich gerade daran erinnert, was der Hint ist, den Hifumi gefunden hat.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Strange
She told
conversation.
me a most interesting story.
Okay, peak interesting.
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that
Interessant.
trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Jo, es stimmt einfach.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. This is the real
Scheiße.
world,
Ich wollte
not
es nicht
some
wegdrücken.
romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Ah, ich wollte es nicht wegdrücken, es tut mir leid. Jetzt muss ich versuchen, ihn adäquat zu ersetzen. You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. So, weiter geht's. Alter, sie ist am Heulen, was?
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
Er hat richtig Spaß, Alter. Der ist jetzt richtig am Genießen. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have ever control again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
How many times do I have to tell you? Das klingt so, als hätten die sich irgendwann mal darüber unterhalten schon mal, aber das ist ja jetzt das erste Mal, dass...
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
Junge, der macht die ja richtig runter, Alter. Der Typ ist so geil.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Leute, ich muss mal ganz kurz weg. Ganz kurz, okay? Einen ganz kleinen Moment. So, Freunde. Ich habe die Peak-Zeit, in der ich meine Peak-Pause gemacht habe, genutzt, um mir Peak-Essen in den Backofen zu schieben. Eine Auflauf von Nudeln mit Alufolie drüber. Es sind 6 Minuten fertig, das heißt, ich bin dann nochmal kurz weg. Oh mein Gott, was passiert jetzt? Hey Junge, fuckst du mich ab, Alter. Moment. Ich habe Licht in der Küche angelassen, wir wollen ja Strom sparen. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud sound echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second... Ich weiß nicht warum, aber mit dem Rock sieht sie aus wie eine Oma. What the fuck ist mit dir passiert? Ihre Augen, Alter, was ist mit der? Ihre Zunge ist auf einmal 3 Kilometer länger. Alter, ey, die könnte richtig gut in einem Lesbian-Porn mitspielen.
What the heck?
Der steht direkt neben der. Der Typ tut mir fast schon leid.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Genocide Lil. Stand da die ganze Zeit schon Genocide Lil? Tatsächlich. Oder? Kannst du die ganze Zeit? Moment. Wir klippen das. Wir gucken. Ich gucke. Ihr seid nicht dabei. Wir gucken. Das sind die wichtigen Fragen im Leben, die wir uns alle stellen. Speicher doch schneller, Alter. Machst du mich wütend, Junge.
What the fuck is this?
Der Typ ist richtig verstört. Stand wirklich von Anfang an da. Okay.
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko! That's a loser name! And what happened is a textbook split personality!
Ich schwöre euch, Leute, ich habe auch einen richtigen Loser-Name. Ich bin immer noch wütend auf Marlon, dass er ihn geliebt hat in Twilight Princess Part 3.
What if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Oder Till.
So intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound, and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Ich höre ganz komische Geräusche aus der Küche kommen. Jo. Moment, Aufnahme auf Pause machen. Ja, Leute, meine Mutter hat einfach irgendwie Krach gemacht. Wo habe ich denn jetzt meinen Kopfhörer hingelegt? Ach, da. Meine Mutter hat einfach irgendwie Krach gemacht und ich dachte, das wäre die Alufolie, die da am Abgehen ist. Aber nee, war nicht so. Geil, Alter. Voll mein Let's Play unterbrochen. Ich hasse diese Frau so. Wow. Hilfe. This is the murderous fiend genocide bag? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Als wäre Zack, als wäre Jill ihr Nachname. Oh, wie süß, wie so ein Hund.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Digga, der Typ klingt wie ein Reporter.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Yo, du hast uns hier eingesperrt, komm, wir fighten, ich hau dir auf die Fresse.
Just kidding!
Okay, dann doch nicht.
It's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Oh, nochmal Piep Wasser trinken.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
Grüße gehen raus an die Fumi, der im letzten Part noch gesagt hat, Police sucks! Der Fettsack, Alter.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Alexa, stopp. So, Zeit für mein Peak Essen, sorry. Ja, obwohl ein bisschen kann man noch. Ich habe den Timer sehr günstig
It's a
gestellt.
necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Ja, sie hat recht irgendwie.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Nee.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
Typ ist so geil, Alter. Dieser Röpster gerade hat sich richtig in mir aufgebaut, Alter. Mein Körper so richtig so... Aber das habt ihr gar nicht gehört. Das war wirklich in meinem Körper.
Motive. Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Ja, wer das war und was jetzt wirklich hier abgeht, werden wir gleich sehen. Ich wollte erstmal mein Essen aus dem Backofen. So, Freunde, wir müssen erstmal einen Timer stellen, Alexa. Alexa, 10 Minuten. Timer, weil mein Essen war irgendwie doch nicht so geil, das war immer noch kalt.
Maybe so, but nevertheless it's the truth.
Warte, worum geht's?
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. She said, need to get some more details about out of this. Oh yeah, jetzt geht hier Action und los.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Warum fehlt mir ein halbes Herz?
Alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, The modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Boah, der Typ geht richtig ab in dem Class Trial. Der war ja schon in dem anderen so, da war er ja auch so, ne? Da ist er auch so gegen uns geschossen so. In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her. Und jetzt? Oh, der Typ ist voll der Accuser hier. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You have to do better than that.
But do you really
That's why.
expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
Modus operandi. Keine Ahnung, was das heißen soll, aber okay.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same?
Jetzt geht's los, Alter. Jetzt werden hier die Krisen
I
aufgedeckt.
think there's a slight difference between the genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what would it be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee? This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the genocide Jack cases and this one. I got it!
The victim's fatal injury.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Okay.
In the genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ja.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Dude, what the fuck?
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Right, second difference is what was used to suspend them.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
Oh, richtig smart, Alter.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac ist eher der Typ mit der riesengroßen Hand da links. Vergleich mal bitte Makotos Hand mit Hifumis Hand, Alter. Wenn der Typ dir einen High Five gibt, Alter, dann bist du auf jeden Fall High und Five.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
I got it!
He was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Hier Minuten noch gar nicht essen. Jo,
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ja, das waren alles Typen, die Namen lese ich jetzt
They
nicht
were
nochmal.
all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Es ist halt echt so.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
Preis? Hat sie einen Preis gewonnen mit dem Fern oder was?
Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Ist so, die würde sie nicht mal hochkriegen. Ich habe ja schon gesagt, das Ding ist riesig.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
What?
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da, 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 da!
Jetzt geht's los, Alter. Jetzt geht's los. Jetzt geht's los, Leute. Wisst ihr, was ich so witzig daran finde? Kann ich einen Screenshot davon machen? Dann kann ich als Thumbnail nehmen. Einen Moment, ich mach mal ganz kurz einen Screenshot. Wo ist meine Tastatur? Hier. So, was muss ich denn hier drücken? So. Speak Thumbnail. Dann habe ich das nämlich auch hinter mir. So, Freunde. Uns wurde ja am Anfang alles weggenommen von Monokuma, was wir hatten, als wir in die Schule kamen. Und sie hat ihre Scheren noch. Was? 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 Ich hinterfrag's nicht. Plus, all my stuff's missing. Even my cell phone is gone. Ich erinnere mich noch dran, was Junko damals gesagt hatte.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you.
Jo.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Willst du das auch nicht? Wie wütend der
I
wird.
have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat
Alexa,
killer
stop.
or whatever.
Ja, wir machen weiter, sobald ich mein Essen habe. Einen ganz kleinen Moment. Ah, 10 Minuten war viel zu niedrig angesetzt. Ich hab's nochmal eine Viertelstunde reingetan. Es ist schon gut geworden, schon so ein bisschen wärmer. Ich könnte mir meine Nudeln, das sind übrigens die Nudeln von heute Mittag, die Reste. Ich könnte mir die auch in der Mikrowelle warm machen, aber dann schmeckt's nicht mehr, dann schmilzt der Käse so eklig. Really, hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the genocide Jack cases. Okay. Ja, Freunde. Du. Oha, wie gezockt der aussieht.
Here's my answer.
Aber hast du nicht eigentlich damit gerechnet?
Yakuya. It's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Ja, ist einfach ganz cool.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Er ist immer noch still.
Then the reason pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Wow, Hilfe.
Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Aha, ja, cool. Juckt ihn überhaupt nicht, okay.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
Nicht unbedingt, weil du denkst halt so, ey geil, ich war noch nie im Girls' Locker Room, ich will mir den mal ansehen, so, weißt du, so.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
Ja, du wusstest doch zu dem Zeitpunkt noch gar nicht, wer das Victim war.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There's a clear contradiction what Byakuya just said. Need to make it clear to everyone. New element has been added. Oh nein, oh ja, jetzt geht's los. Ja. Jetzt geht's los mit dem Schmutz, Alter. Jetzt kommt nämlich das Beschissen. Was geht denn da draußen ab, Alter? Ja, irgendein Blaulicht einsatz und deswegen fliegt jetzt Blaulicht in mein Fenster und lenkt mich ab, Alter. Geil. Weil das sich so an meiner Wand spiegelt. Also ich sitze gerade so und vor mir ist mein Fernseher und hinter mir ist mein Fenster. Und rechts neben mir fliegt das Licht quasi hin. Oh, fuck mich das ab, Alter.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Bruder, chill, Alter. Ich weiß zum Glück auswendig, was wir tun müssen, aber ich bin mir sicher, dass ich irgendwann diese Szenen googeln muss. Wir nehmen das hier. Wir müssen das nehmen und dann darauf schießen. Das ist ein sehr beschissenes Feature, das zum Glück in Teil 2 seltener vorkommt, weil hier wird das sehr oft vorkommen und in Teil 3 abgeschafft wurde. Glücklicherweise. Es wurde ersetzt durch ein viel besseres Feature. Weil dieses Feature halt einfach unnötig ist. Ne? Also, wie gesagt, das existiert in Teil 2. Und da macht es auch oft Sinn, wie man es nimmt. Aber hier ist es halt oft einfach so, dass du raten musst. Oft ist es halt einfach der Fall, jemand sagt was, jemand anders sagt, ey, also irgendwie macht das keinen Sinn, was du sagst oder irgendwas. Und wir müssen das nehmen und auf das, was die andere Person gesagt hat, schließen. Wir müssen quasi genau das gleiche nochmal sagen, was die andere Person gesagt hat. Und dann heißt es, ah ja, ja, stimmt ja, fuck. Gar nicht mitbekommen.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Warte, was? Achso, ja.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. but your reasoning is still too weak.
Wie ist mein Reasoning still too weak? Halt's Maul, Alter.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Byakuya's attitude. It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing
What's
to do
the
with
matter?
him.
You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Differences between this case and all of Genocide Jack murders. The evidence is pure Byakuya's. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was von mir gewollt ist. Junge, diese scheiß Blaulicht, Alter. Ihr steht doch da. Wieso habt ihr noch euer scheiß Blaulicht an, Alter? Macht ihr mich wütend? Richtig die Lampe.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I
Please
want to
explain
kill,
it.
I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Oh, mein Ohr juckt schon wieder. Oh.
Then there must be something very fishy.
Da muss ich wenigstens den
about that
Fettsack
rope.
nicht hören, wenn ich den Kopfhörer gerade nicht drin hab, Alter. Boah, macht
Hey,
mich das grad
Byakuya,
glücklich.
where'd you get it from, huh?
Boah, Mondo ist richtig...
I've
Hä?
never seen that rope before in my life.
What the fuck? Tief
Obviously,
aufgehangen gerade.
somebody
Mondo
else
ist gerade
must
richtig
have had it
abgegangen.
hidden
Richtig am
away
Ausrasten
somewhere.
gewesen. Proof that Byakuya did it hidden in the rope, I guess it's possible, but first the item she had been bound to was used like rope. Und exploding rope. Nein, wir wissen doch schon, was es ist.
You want me to explain it when I want to kill? And I use
So, ich kann ja wieder meinen Kopfhörer anpacken. Aber erstmal nicht Kuli gesprochen hat, weil ich keinen Bock auf den.
Then there must be something.
Hey, Byakuya, wait,
I've never seen that rope before.
In deinem ganzen Leben, Alter. Du bist erst seit einer Woche hier. Vielleicht hast du gesehen, als du 5 warst.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Ja, wenn er da gekillt hat, Alter.
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this?
Ich möchte mal ganz kurz sagen, dass es eines der geilsten Class Trials ever ist.
I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Ausgerechnet dann bin ich gerne. Doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even
What's wrong?
involved?
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
But calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Because we might say, the scene of the
I
crime.
got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
Jo.
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Er wird richtig wütend. Der wird richtig wütend jetzt. Der wird richtig wütend, weil die ganze Zeit so war, so like, yo, okay, ja, genau. Und jetzt plötzlich so, ey, yo, Junge, hör auf, so eine Scheiße zu labern.
I believe I do.
Miyako, did you just take you off guard? And suddenly moved to the crime scene. Miyako would be so confident up till now. Maybe Miyako had not even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Just move on without permission? What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any
Jo,
chance
alle
the murder
rasten
took
aus.
place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Wow. Okay, wir haben Proof. Das? No, first I have to pull the scenes. Hä? Das?
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Ich glaube aber, ich habe gerade keinen Schaden genommen und das Spiel hat mir sogar noch einen Tipp gegeben, weil das gerade wirklich verwirrend war.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
How would you know?
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again,
Okay, ja, ich
that
dachte
doesn't
gerade, ich
really
hätte da
seem to
irgendwas
belong
Blödes im
in a boys'
Backofen.
locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein Coffee.
Protein coffee?
Peak irgendein Knecht schreibt mir, Alter. Weh, es ist nichts Wichtiges. Einen Moment.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Und hat gerade geschrieben, Peak Topflappen. Fand ich geil, weil das so random kam. No, that's not the same as let's move. Ja, richtig, jetzt kommen wir nämlich dazu. Ich merke, dass ich bei diesem Fall viel mehr geistig anwesend bin als beim letzten. Yo, Marlon, halt's Maul. Moment mal, Peak. Der hat vorhin irgendwas Lustiges auch noch geschrieben. Peak-Woche, ja, Peak-Woche. So, nerv nicht, Alter.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Du hast da hingepisst, komm, gib's zu. Yo, Alexa Shop. So, ein bisschen können wir noch.
Does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Alter, hä, warum kommt jetzt das Theme? Das kommt normalerweise nur bei Debates, hä? Wie random.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, Then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
Leute, ich brauche mal ganz kurz einen Moment, um meine Nudeln zu holen. Das geht ja an den Kragen,
But
Celeste.
Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Well.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Oh, Hiro, let's go!
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Jetzt legt Hiro richtig los, ey. Dieses scheiß Blaulicht ist immer noch da, Alter. Ich war locker 3 Minuten in der Küche. Heute in der Blaulicht-Edition, Alter. Gleich kommt wieder die Polizei und tackelt mich auf den Boden, Alter. Da sind so Krankenwagen dann draußen übrigens.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Jo.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure
Wie
that
kann
there's
ich,
been
wenn die
no
Musik
problem.
zu laut ist?
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Wow, found the spray. Nein, er liegt sogar
She had
falsch.
that. She could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Er liegt ja sogar falsch. Weil Leons Handbook ja anscheinend kaputt ist. So, wer schreibt denn die ganze Zeit? Typ, Alter, ich bin am Aufnehmen. Hör auf, mich voll zu spammen. Wir sind übrigens in der Aufnahme drin. Leute, ich grüße Marlon. Voll der Typ, Alter. Meine Zielgruppe sind ja keine Kinder. Aber dem seine Zielgruppe sind ja irgendwelche dummen Kinder. Ich nehme gerade auf, das ist gerade... Ich diskutiere später mit dir weiter, Alter. Typ, Alter. Voll der Typ.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was
Ich dachte
broken.
zuerst, dass Hiro jetzt richtig loslegt, aber nein, er liegt falsch.
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Es ist falsch, Hiro, ne?
Isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Jetzt, wo wir das Thema gewechselt haben, wird Byakuya auch gar nicht mehr suspected.
In other words, you could borrow
Merke ich grad so.
his handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Nein, wir liegen falsch.
I vote for Byakuya.
Jetzt geht's los. Is that it then? Hiro was killed in the girls' locker room. And Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Jetzt geht's
I
los.
agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no
Die war die
way
ganze
she
Zeit
could
still.
get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Nein, Alter, wir können nach Hause gehen.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Reicht doch, Alter. Was? Was? Ah, okay, alles gut. Hey Junge, bin ich sauer, Alter. Meine Mutter hat gerade einfach in meine Aufnahme reingelabert. Wo ist mein Controller jetzt überhaupt hin? Hat gerade einfach in meine Aufnahme reingelabert. Jetzt darf ich gleich wieder schneiden. Bin ich gerade sauer, Alter. Nur weil die es für nötig hielt, mich zu fragen, wie mein Essen war. Boah, Junge, ey, halt doch's Maul. Halt doch die Fresse, Junge. Jedes Mal, es war schon beim letzten Class 2 Part so, da hat die mich auch die ganze Zeit abgefuckt. Jedes Mal hält die es für nötig. Da steht die die ganze Zeit vor meinem Zimmer, macht irgendwas da, keine Ahnung, an meiner Tür. Verpiss dich doch, Junge. Deswegen habe ich auch gerade gesagt, reicht doch. Und dann was fällt dir denn? Ich habe dir gesagt, dass ich aufnehme, das ist mein Problem. Und dann spricht die mich an, obwohl die weiß, dass sie mich nicht ansprechen soll, wenn ich aufnehme. Ah, ich hole mir einen neuen Teller Nudeln. Nee, Junge, ich hasse diese Frau so. Leute, ich habe mir jetzt noch mal einen Teller Nudeln geholt, ne? Ich meine, ihr habt jetzt die ganze Zeit hier, die ich jetzt aufnehme, seitdem ich das erste Mal von dem Blaulicht gesprochen habe. Und dann noch, es sind ja noch locker eine Viertelstunde locker, oder ja, 5 bis 10 Minuten vergangen, in denen ich mich mit meiner Mutter gestritten habe, in denen ich Essen geholt habe. Leute, das heißt Blaulicht ist immer noch da draußen. Die stehen da einfach und chillen ihr Leben, Alter. So before I even know what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We had it off with Kyoko in the lead. Aber immerhin hat meine Mutter mir nicht reingelabert, als irgendwie gesprochen wurde. Immerhin war es jetzt, als die Schwarzblende kam. Und wirklich Tukas was. Ich hasse diese Frau so, Junge. Egal. Ist ja nur ein halbes Jahr, dann sehe ich sie nie wieder.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Jo. Voll aggressiv. Ich glaube, Mondo
I'd
ist
like
schlechter
you to
Umgang für
examine
ihn.
the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
Jo.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Ist der Typ religiös? Der Typ glaubt safe an irgendwas.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Boah, ich hätte als Mädchen auch voll Bock drauf, dass mich irgendein Typ betatscht, wenn ich tot bin.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Oh, calm down, die Alte ist tot.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Jo, einfach Peak ausrasten. Was geht jetzt ab?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
That's right, cause it isn't. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly as Chihiro's lifeless form, her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy!
Yo! Yo, was? Was? Da hat man wohl ein bisschen falsch geschaut, als die Person geboren wurde, hä?
Ah, I see. So, she was actually a fiend. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Wisst ihr, was mir dazu einfällt? Ich hatte mal mit Celine zusammen ein Freetime-Event mit Chihiro gemacht. Beim ersten Playthrough durch das Spiel. Und ja, logisch, wenn es mit Celine war. Und ich hatte dann so aus Spaß gesagt, ja ey, warte mal. Was ist denn, wenn das eigentlich ein Typ ist? Da könnte ja auch ein Typ sein, so vom Aussehen her. Ist einfach ein Typ, lol. Der Knecht schreibt mir.
Right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Oh, Marlon macht mich so wütend gerade, dieser Typ, Alter. Peak wütend macht er mich. Jetzt mit
I
deiner
do
Audio, ey.
apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind. Yo, Moment, jetzt muss ich mich wirklich mit Marlon mal bieten.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Oh, der Typ, Alter, Marlon fuckt mich ja
Assuming
richtig
his
ab heute.
handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys'
Nein,
locker
Alter, das Blaulicht ist
and was
weg.
then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Würde auch gern Sayaka usen.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
So,
The
das
way
stimmt
he's acting,
übrigens.
it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, That's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Jo,
I
das
just
sagt er einfach
happened
so.
to
Sollen wir
come
dem das
across
jetzt
the
glauben?
corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the
Effing.
truth.
Okay.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Junge, ich bin vor allem jetzt so müde, weil ich
I
mich
don't
so über
think we
Menschen
can say for
aufregen
sure
muss.
without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Ach, ich liebe
Anyway,
Ivo. Er ist so
let's
bescheuert.
discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Klimo? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer is a guy. The crime scene was the boys' locker room. You need a boys' handbook to get in. Since your handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy, but it's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Ey, dieser Schwarzwelle war gerade richtig komisch. Nicht der Einzige, der gerade einen epileptischen Anfall bekommen hat, mal wieder. Celeste Cow.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but... Did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
Yo.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
The killer.
And only the
And
killer.
only the killer.
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
No, you don't know.
Game over, man. Game over.
Yo!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
Hallo, Mikrofon, willst du mich mal aufnehmen? Was ist das denn für eine Konversation, Alter? Not only do we have no info on the killer.
Isn't there a single...
Ja.
Clues? Did nobody
It's over. It's all over.
Someone saw the victim.
Yeah. It's over. You want to know who saw the...
No, it's wrong.
Oh yeah. Peak epileptischer Anfall. Scheiße. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
What? Really?
Das wurde jetzt auch nicht gelesen.
But I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But
Hurry.
why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Jo, wie der abgeht.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Das wird easy peasy, wenn wir die Dinger nicht haben, ja.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Sebos track like it really holds a clue about the killer. Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Ist so, ey. Das hat mit der Jacke zu tun. Die Jacke einfach. Okay. Oh nein.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Entweder brauchen wir die Bullet oder wir müssen wieder diesen Move hier machen.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Yo, Peak Tracksuit.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Ich wusste gar nicht, dass du Sport machst. Wie ziehst du überhaupt irgendwas an mit deiner Hand?
Closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Was? Kyoko hat jetzt noch irgendwas gesagt. You heard it right. But he just said without even realizing it. Yo, wir wissen, wer der Killer ist, Leute. Yo. Ja, es ist Mondo.
What do you mean? I got
Die
it.
Feind.
It matched the one that. So, the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Ja, eigentlich ist ja nicht wrong, was er gesagt hat, aber wir refuten ihn.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago,
He said, sorry. I saw him stuffing a jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Mich stresst das so, dass ich gleich das Video wieder schneiden muss, ey. Das macht mich so sauer, Leute. Deswegen bin ich auch
So why
gerade
did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Vor allem der
You
Typ,
saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
der Typ killt die ganze Zeit sein Leben, Alter, im Class 2. Die ganze, ich meine, der war ja schon so ein bisschen so, ne? Der ist ja voll abgegangen, so, als das mit Genocide Jill war, die übrigens das ganze Zeit über nichts mehr gesagt hat, nachdem sie auf der Suspect-List war, ist sie komplett chill geworden. Der Typ chillt die ganze Zeit für sein Leben. Was wollte ich noch sagen? Keine Ahnung. Du hast ihm halt schon angemerkt, wie nervös er manchmal schon wurde, ne? Und irgendwas wollte ich noch sagen. Ich wollte noch was sagen. Was wollte ich denn sagen? Mann.
The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Ich finde halt einfach so random, weil eigentlich war es ja so dieses Ding zwischen Toko und Byakuya. Und nein, es war einfach der Biker-Gang wieder.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
He stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Voll disappointed habe ich sie jetzt. Ich dachte, da kommt irgendwie eine lustige Reaktion. Nein, es ist the way he talk natürlich, aber ich dachte, da kommt jetzt irgendwas.
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
Richtig, das war das, was mich richtig confused hat. Also natürlich hat es mich jetzt nicht confused, aber beim ersten Playthrough hat es mich confused, dass er ihn einfach Dude
Once
genannt
I
hat.
picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Jo, richtig
He
wütend
would never
werden.
do something like that.
Ja, wird
This
das
is a
niemals
false
tun.
accusation.
Richtig, oh yeah, spring ein für den Bro.
My reason one that is pretty shaky.
Oh mein Ohr juckt
That
schon
was
wieder.
fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Jo, was ist jetzt los mit deiner Stimme, Alter?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Das wäre aber auch so ein Hero-Move.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
Liegt ein Handtuch.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I
Das ist
got
ein
it!
Hero.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Ja, irgendwie schon.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
What is the handbook way? Hiding a weak
I
point.
got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So...
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Jo, auf jeden
Just
Fall
tell us
würde man das
already.
tun.
Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Sauna einfach.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Meinte Frau, der Handbook in die Sauna. Ja, wer ist es? Das ist Mondo. Du hast dein Handbuch in die Sauna gebracht. Er hatte seine Klamotten nämlich noch an.
Mondo,
Taka
your
nicht.
handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Junge, er
Mondo
wird
and
richtig
Taka
sauer.
had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
He's
And for
endurance
the
contest.
contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also... And when it was all over...
Ich wollte schon wieder nicht wegdrücken.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Proof, komm. I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. Okay, los geht's, Leute. Okay, wenn das Team kommt, wissen wir getting close to the end. Boah, jetzt geht's richtig ab, Alter. Okay, keine Ahnung.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Boah, hat mir ein Part 2 einen aufs Maul gehauen. Ne, es war Part 3, sorry. Es war Part 3. Okay, Leute. Wir wissen, dass das nicht stimmt. Monokuma hat selbst gesagt, dass Leons Handbuch funktioniert. Ich hab's nicht getroffen, was? Was? Okay, Leute, das müssen wir nochmal machen. Ich liebe es, wer das sagt. Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. Richtig wütend werden. Peak wütend.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Das Thema hatten wir doch schon mal.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student. But if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Jo, jetzt geht's los, Alter. Ich hab mir das alles Peak ausgedacht.
On this case one more time, from the beginning.
Beginning.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Eigentlich endet es immer damit. Aber das ist nicht das Letzte, was wir tun werden. Hä? Hä? Das war ja im letzten Chapter auch so. Hä? Voll der Typ, Alter. Das schaffe ich hier eine Wohnung und die Dreckflecke. Ich will das eigentlich skippen, Alter. Es geht mir immer viel zu lange. Bei euch zuliebe lasse ich es drin. Wie lange haben wir? 3 Stunden nehmen wir schon auf. Also 3,5 Stunden wird der Part auf jeden Fall. Toll, und dann darf ich gleich noch meine Mutter rausschneiden. Egal, ich lasse mir davon jetzt nicht ruinieren. Das lasse ich nicht zu. Das ganze Tour, the class with on carpet, das war something else. Richtig, die Poster. This locker room with the killer moved it to, the girls' locker room. Killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. Dann kam Byakuya und hat das Kabel mitgebracht. Keine Ahnung, was die von mir wollen. So. What did the killer give after they were done? Er ging zur Sauna. Und hat das Handbuch kaputt gemacht. So, das ist es. Here's exactly what happened.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro.
Ich bin so müde, Junge.
And attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks have been placed in the main hall.
Jo, ich wollte mich bei meiner Mutter Peak entschuldigen, aber es wurde nichts.
A boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Who got to work? Who's work?
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Yes! Okay, okay Leute, jetzt kann ich mein Handy weglegen. Ich habe gar nicht aufgepasst gerade, weil ich mir diesen Recap ungerne gebe. Ich weiß, im letzten Part habe ich es gemacht, aber ich bin heute echt müde. Deshalb war ich jetzt am Handy am Chillen. Aber hey, jetzt bin ich wieder da. Leon Kowada Move, Alter. You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Richtig wütend werden, Alter. Ja, wo ist mein Evidence? Wie, wo ist mein Evidence? Ich hab doch mein Evidence gerade raus. Ja, obwohl, er hat schon recht, dass wir keinen physischen Evidence haben.
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer, and it already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his and everything will become clear. Scheiße. Voll vergessen, dass ich, dass der immer automatisch auf Not at All geht. Okay,
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refute you.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
Wieso soll ich dir Evidence zeigen, wenn du mir eh nicht zuhörst?
I refuse to vote. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
Lies doch.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. False. Show me some evidence. I refuse to vote.
Yes. Okay, final strike.
Show me
Brought
some
me
evidence.
handbook. Without any proof. You can't pin any of this on him.
This should prove it.
Yes, I can.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Painful.
I did it. I killed him.
Und das ist das Ende des Class Trials, Leute. Ja, es lief nicht so gut. Ja, ich war ein bisschen schlecht in der einen oder anderen Phase. Boah, Junge, ey. Boah, das war ja richtig schlecht zum Ende hin. Boah. Egal, immer noch ein A. 102 Monocoins.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
Selbst wenn du gewinnen würdest, Taka würde dann sterben. Als ob Taka
Go
das will.
ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Einer von euch muss
Ask
sterben.
for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on.
Jo, stimmt.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Ich bin echt müde, sorry Leute, deswegen sage ich nichts dazu, aber eigentlich schade. Mondo ist echt ein cooler Charakter. Es ist echt schade, dass er nicht mehr Screentime hatte. Aber hey, vielleicht erfahren wir mehr über ihn in seinen Freetime-Events. Wenn die dann kommen, wenn parallel zu Danganronpa 2. Oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihibo Fujisaki was Mondo or Wada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're tweeting very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimau. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it? Ich kann nicht schreien, Alter.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Finde ich cool, dass in der Switch-Version hier wirklich steht, you can hit the B button. Dass es extra nochmal umgeschrieben wurde, weil ich weiß, dass bei Celine stand, du kannst Steuerung drücken. Anyway, there was a young boy, and his name was Chihibo Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He did things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak. Yo, peak voice line. Since the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. Then a lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihibo's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihibo is actually a boy.
Hey,
That was something Chihibo couldn't let alone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. All the doubts also around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being forced into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Knowingly, he used the threat of the discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right. I
Now's
want
my
to
chance.
change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. If that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask them to help him from there. And the person
Yeah,
he
that's
went
right.
to... it was me. Yeah, that's right. Yup, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promise were. So he would probably figure that even if he confined Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that he had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done? That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was... alles umgeschmissen hier. To keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect her identity. His identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all of this to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. It was good for thinking. The possibility of having your embarrassing moments, memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have ever been that bad. Something you didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. This is all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Was? Mondo, the als biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Elvis Presley! Mondo's older brother's name was Daija Owada. I don't nicht Elvis Presley. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daija that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. Und zuerst so, der hasst den so, weil der fährt ihm so hinterher, so, der guckt da so richtig böse, der hasst den so, der ist so richtig sauer auf den. Wisst ihr, was mich irritiert? Das sind natürlich die Fragen, die sich in Deutschland der Situation stellt. Warum haben die keine Helme auf? Was, wenn dem was ins Auge fliegt? He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he humiliated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. Before anything knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mongo. In the beginning, everything was peatless and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday... Hä? Also wenn das sein Vater wäre, okay, aber... Hä? His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mono's lost along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mono heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Safe funktioniert das so. Nein! Nein! Elvis Presley, nein! Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Diane never blamed him for what happened. The kid... Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what. You gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's a team. You and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oh nein, das ist so traurig, das ist richtig herzzerreißend. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the same team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Oha, das Face. Mondo. After I saw Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. Wasn't sure what to think or say. After a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Hiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because I mean, you've kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would... You're right,
I
but...
want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now? I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something strange. Something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted
No. I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
Son of a
And
bitch!
stronger than Saya. Ich weiß, das hat er eher geschrien, aber ich kann nicht schreien, Leute. Es ist 22:37 Uhr. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hands and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was the secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like this. Like his. And it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Ach, du Arschloch. At him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free from his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. That's what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now. Because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The plague that disturbed the peace will be punished. Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
From Mondo, what are the ultimate biker gang leader? No, wait.
Let's give it
Let's.
everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said, wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Ding ist, Leon war so ein irrelevanter Charakter. So, ich fand ihn zwar witzig, aber er war so irrelevant. Aber zu Mondo hast du schon so eine leichte Bindung aufgebaut und er hat halt auch einen Charakter. Leon hatte halt gar keinen Charakter, abgesehen davon, dass er Baseball gehasst hat und es trotzdem konnte. Leg den Controller lieber aus der Hand, Alter. Man kann die Executions irgendwie skippen und ich will das nicht aus Versehen machen. The Cage of Death! Num num. Oh, wird viel schneller. Also ich habe heute viel zu viel gegessen, sogar mir wird dabei schwindelig. Mondo ist weg. What the fuck? What the fuck? Das ist so cringe, dieses Ende von der Execution. So, die erste Execution war viel düsterer. Warum hätte man nicht nochmal so eine machen können? Das Spiel sollte ja auch anfangs düsterer werden. Man hat sich da aber dagegen entschieden. Das ist literally genau das gleiche Bild wie im letzten Part. Hifumi sieht so aus, als hätte er Celestes Haare. Love with death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder. And another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Yo. Saka sad streams invaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. But he... Of course he had to. What a... Ich dachte zuerst, das wäre jetzt Monokuma. Ich war jetzt gar nicht darauf vorbereitet, ihn zu lesen. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response,
However,
except that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That will never matter to me. I don't weak. Nochmal. That will never matter to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. Wie? Zwischen dem Hallway, wo du durch musst, und dem Girls' Locker Room ist eine Tür. Haben wir die Tür offen gelassen? Also da ist ja diese große Tür, diese blaue oder lilane Tür, wo Pool draufsteht. Du hättest es gar nicht sehen können, es sei denn, du bist da reingegangen. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen it. So, you're saying you knew the culprit was from the very beginning? Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. Did all that to liven things up? So after hearing about Lenicide's leg from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene? But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been there too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become the Blackened, I know now who I have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story.
Hey.
Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma. Oh, I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor. And then everything will be revealed to me.
Oh, how
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you are up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family. For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all right.
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. But where's more for you? I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Boah, der hasst den richtig. Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Whoa. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom. The curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, or worse, fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying.
Jo, was geht jetzt ab? Monokuma sitzt da auch. Was hat er denn da in der Hand? Ist der da am Nähen? Und wer ist das?
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
Out of the group. Yo, wir haben einen Imposter among us. Peak.
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Byakuya? Nee, Byakuya niemals, ey. Dem sein Hass war
After
genuine.
all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Sehr interessant. Einen 16. Schüler gibt es also, hä? Nun gut. 5 Leute sind tot. Junko, Sayaka, Lien, Mondo und Chihiro. You received a crazy diamond present. Wie gesagt, ich bin zum Ende echt chill geworden. Ich bitte das zu verzeihen. Ich bin beim nächsten Mal motivierter. Beim nächsten Mal bin ich wahrscheinlich auch wacher. Weil ich beim nächsten Mal höchstwahrscheinlich gepennt haben werde. Jawohl, ne. Ja, beim nächsten Mal habe ich Urlaub. Das heißt, wenn ich Urlaub habe, kommt auch jeden Tag ein Part. Das wird Peak, Leute. Seid dabei, seid bereit. Bis zum nächsten Mal und Schüsseldorf.